I will say that the story of the Tower of David Citadel is the story of Jerusalem. Every king, every Caesar, every commander of ancient army seek to possess this piece of land. And we should ask ourselves, why? Why everyone who was here in Jerusalem wanted to hold the area of the citadel? Now, in order to understand, we need to realize the topography of this area. If I will erase all the buildings, all the walls, and all the fortifications, and all the tower, and leave you just with the topography, you will see something very interesting. This is one of the shallow hills of Jerusalem, and near it was a deep valley, okay, entering to the area of the old city. Now, this is in a way the weakest point of the city. If you seek to seize the city in ancient times, you must come here, because the topography enables you from this angle, from this point, to break easily inside the city. Because of that, everyone seek to fortify and protect this corner of the city. It's all started, as we can see it from the archaeology, from the first temple period. From the 8th century, we are discovering here massive fortifications. It continued in the Hasmonean period, meaning the 2nd century BC. The Hasmonean kings built here enormous, strong towers and fortifications. Then came King Herod in the second half of the 1st century BC. King Herod built here a magnificent and impressive high towers. Behind me, you can see the remnants of these towers, but those towers protect his royal palace that was south to the towers, and it was magnificent royal palace with water cisterns, with fountains, with tunnels, with gold, with silver, lavishly decorated. Just read Josephus Flavius, the well-known historians who wrote about this period in Jerusalem, and you will have a glimpse about the gloriness of Herod's palace. After Herod came the Romans. And we, the research, think, this is the holding opinion, that the Roman 10th Legion occupied the area of the former Herod Palace. Then came the Byzantine and the Arabs, and the Arab for the first time erect here a citadel with round towers. And after the Arabs came the Crusaders, and came the Ayyubids, and came the Mamluk, and the Ottoman. And the marvelous creation that you see now behind me, all the ramps, all the warrior niche, all the galleries, were made in those medieval periods. So now you understand why everyone searched to hold this piece of land. Now let's turn to the archaeology exploration of this area. Actually, you are looking at a large-scale excavation that we are conducting right now after the decision to renovate the Tower of David Museum. And this is a rare opportunity, us, the archaeologists, to come and explore, I will say, even a symbol in Jerusalem. Where we are exactly? We are outside the current medieval walls of the citadel. Few minutes you can see behind me Jaffa Gate. In the middle of the 16th century, this area turned by the Turkish, by Suleiman the Magnificent, to a special ramp holding cannons that fire toward the west, meaning this area protected the citadel from the west. Now, the story continues because in June 1935, a great British archaeologist, his name is Cedric Norman Jones. Jerusalem is in the hands of the British. It's before the Israel state. Now he decided to open half of this ramp, the southern part, and explore and conduct archaeological excavation. And he does it. And he left a diary with photos in the archive of the Israel Antiquities Authority. Jones laid the foundation for modern explorers of Jerusalem. He was the first to identify the great Hasmonean walls, remains from Herod times, remains from the time of the Byzantine, the tower from the times of the early Arab period in Jerusalem, medieval structures, and so on and so on. Jones, in his excavation on 1935, used classical archaeology. He searched for coins and ceramic, which enabled him to date all these systems of walls and fortifications to the time of the Crusader. But we are doing something else. You know, more than 15 years past, maybe more than half a century. We are using carbon dating. Between the stones of the fortification, there is a cement and chalk and charcoal. We collect it very meticulously and systematically, and we analyze it together with the well-known Weizmann institution in Rehovot. Doing so, we could date the stone, the mortar, and we could scrutinize even more precisely the dates of Jones. So in a way, you have here all the system of how archaeologists in Jerusalem think and operate, and how are using my predecessor materials.